Live from the Tri-States, you're watching KHQA News, working for you.
Well, good evening and thank you for joining us for KHQA's election coverage. I'm Darren Leeds. Well, today has been a busy day for voters, from the polls opening early this morning to them closing not long ago. Everyone's waiting for the results to come pouring in. And let's start off with the presidential race. It seems as Donald Trump currently has the lead over Kamala Harris. The numbers are fluctuating, but Harris currently has 112 electoral college votes to Trump's 198. And again, that magic number is 270. Harris has more than 40 million votes. Trump currently has more than 45 million. Tune in at 10 p.m. coming up here shortly for those updated numbers. And the Associated Press has called the race for the Missouri governor. It was called at 8:45 p.m. with Mike Kehoe winning with 424,610 votes, or 51.6% of the vote, while Crystal Quaid earned 46.6%. Amendment 3 is still being tallied. As of right now, 74.8% of voters have said yes to expanding reproductive health coverage. And let's take a look at the race for the U.S. Senate seat in Missouri. Both candidates made stops in Northeast Missouri before Election Day, and it is a fairly tight race. The candidates are almost neck and neck. Incumbent Josh Hawley is currently trailing. Lucas Kunce is currently leading with 358,000 votes to Josh Hawley's 330,000. Remember, you can stay up to date on all election results by heading over to our website, KHQA.com. We will keep you updated online and on air. Make sure to tune in at 10 p.m. for our election special. Our 10 p.m. show is going to go in depth on all the different races throughout the Tri-States. We'll have live looks at all the different races in the Tri-States and an up-close look at some of the watch parties going on. We will see you all in just a few short minutes.
For watching KHQA. From around the Tri-States, this is KHQA News at 10.
Good evening and welcome to Election Night 2024. I'm Paula McKenna.
And I'm Darren Leeds. We'll be with you for the next hour, bringing you live up-to-the-minute coverage from around the Tri-States tonight.
That includes state capitol races and even the much-watched and anticipated presidential and congressional races.
All right, let's get started with an updated check on the race for the White House. Right now, as you see, Kamala Harris is sitting behind former President Donald Trump. Right now, Harris has 112 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 210 votes. Remember, you need 270 to win the White House. We'll keep a close eye on this one throughout the night.
Absolutely. Now, over in Missouri, voters are choosing a U.S. Senator. Josh Hawley has won the U.S. Senate seat in Missouri. He earned 805,500 votes. Lucas Kunce earned over 701,000 votes. And in the Missouri House race, it's Sam Graves taking on Pam May. The AP called the vote with 63% of ballots counted. Sam Graves won with 67% of the vote. Pam May earned about 30% of the vote. And all eyes are on the race for Missouri governor. The AP has announced Republican Mike Kehoe as the winner of the Missouri governor race. The race was called 54% of the vote for Kehoe to 45% of the vote for Quaid. And now in the race for lieutenant governor, it's Republican Dave Wassinger versus Democratic candidate Richard Brown. Currently, the AP is reporting about 54% of the vote going towards Wassinger and 42.2% of the vote for Brown. We will work to keep these numbers updated.
And turning now to Illinois, voters were asked 3 important questions. Let's take a look. First, should any candidate appearing on the Illinois ballot for federal, state, or local office be subject to civil penalties if the candidate interferes or attempts to interfere with an election worker's official duties? The AP called the tally with 88.9% of voters having said yes. That's about 3 million voters. 11% of voters said no. Next, our attention turns to taxes. Should the Illinois Constitution be amended to create an additional 3% tax on income greater than $1 million for the purpose of dedicating funds to property tax relief? Voters saying yes to that question right now. And reproductive rights also on the Illinois ballot. Should all medically appropriate assisted reproductive treatments, including but not limited to in vitro fertilization, be covered by any health insurance plan in Illinois that provides coverage for pregnancy benefits without limitation on the number of treatments? That measure is a yes at this hour. And we're watching a congressional race in Illinois' 17th district. Republican Eric Sorensen defending his seat against challenger Joe McGraw. The votes show right now Sorensen leading with 101,592 votes to McGraw's 88,872. Sorensen currently has 53% of the vote.
Now turning to Iowa, Marionette Miller Meeks is trying to hang on to her House seat against challenger Christina Bohannon. Right now, the Republican is winning that battle. Miller Meeks currently has 53% of the vote compared to Bohannon having 47%. The race has not been called yet. And at the state level, Jeff Reichman battling Nanette Griffin for the 50th District Senate seat. Take a look at these numbers. It's currently 58% to 42% with Reichman in the lead. The AP estimates that 76% of the vote has been counted. Now, there are some important races at the local level as well. KHQA's Hayden Donaldson is working for you tonight, keeping a close eye on all of those. He joins us now. Hayden?
Hey guys, now we're starting in Lee County, Iowa, where there are a handful of big races going on. We just got some results, including the biggest one, the race for Lee County Sheriff between Republican Elliot Vandenberg taking on Democratic challenger Stacey Weber. He has been the sheriff in Lee County since 2016. Here's a look how things are shaping up. Vandenberg will be your new Lee County sheriff. He won 52% of the votes, defeating Stacey Weber. And staying in Lee County, it's Susan Yasenchuk versus Rosalind Garcia for Lee County Auditor. Now, Yasenchuk will be the new auditor in Lee County, receiving 56% of the votes to defeat Garcia. And this was just into the station with the Fort Madison Fire Department. Fort Madison voters were asked to approve bonds for a new fire station. Now, the bonds would not exceed $12 million to design and build a new fire station in town. The current fire station was built in 1959, and firefighters at the station say it is time for an upgrade. Well, good thing for those firefighters. The new fire station will be coming to the city of Fort Madison. Fort Madison voters voted, 70% of Fort Madison voters voted yes, 30% of those voters voted no. Now let's turn over to Missouri. There's a lot to cover in the Show Me State. Still waiting on some results, including here. Let's start in Knox County, where they are electing their sheriff. Carl Kanaki, would he dethrone Quentin Dalton running the department? Now, we are still waiting for those results. We have not gotten those yet. Now turning to Knox County Coroner, the Knox County Coroner race, it's Alan Reimer versus Jeffrey Doss. Alan Reimer, the Republican, and Jeffrey Doss running independent. Take a look. We still have not gotten those results as well. In Shelby County, moving over to Shelby County, both Rachel Bixel and Jennifer Best Chandler were vying for the public administrator seat as Susan Wilt announced that she would be stepping down. Rachel Bixel won that vote with 61% of the votes in the county, totaling almost 2,000 votes in that county. She received 61% of those votes.
Thanks, Rich. Now turning to Missouri Constitutional Amendment number 3, which deals with women's reproductive rights.
And the ballot question asked voters whether the Constitution should be amended to establish a right to make decisions about reproductive care, making governmental interference invalid, and remove Missouri's ban on abortion.
So right now, voters are leaning towards yes, but the AP estimates only 28% of votes have been counted. Turning now to Missouri state representatives, we start in District 4. Republican Greg Sharp battling Democrat Melissa Jo Villoria.
The AP has declared Greg Sharp the winner with 82.9% of the votes.
Now in District 6, it's Ed Lewis versus John Atkins. At this moment in time, we haven't received any numbers.
And turning to the 40th District, Republican Chad Perkins has been declared the winner by the AP over Libertarian Sherry J. The vote was called at 9:19 p.m. with 97% of votes counted.
In District 43, it's Kent Hayden taking on Eric Richardson. Voters are saying Hayden leads Richardson tonight. And according to the AP, Hayden currently has about 79% of the vote.
Now stay with KHQA both on air and online as we continue to cover election 2024. We'll have updated information on our website and running at the bottom of the screen.